Hello and welcome to Lost Forge Tabletop Gaming. Today we are playing Keyforge, the new card game that came out last month that is not as new as everybody thinks. But the first time I've actually had someone to teach and play with. So
Because
welcome.
I have no idea what any of this is, so I will find out shortly, hopefully.
So introducing the person helping us out is Mitch, other known as What Do on Basta Gaming, but we use real people names here because it's a different channel, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can always just censor it, and that would be even funnier.
You're good. We're good.
But yeah, he does not know anything about this game, and so we're gonna walk step by step through a practice game, as well as teaching the game. So stick with us. It might be a longer episode, but it's definitely gonna be an interesting one.
Looking forward to it.
At the center of the universe, on a planet known only as the Crucible, the Archons clash in fierce competition. Each side leads 3 of 7 houses, commanding these manifold creatures as their allies in the trials ahead. Each house, uniquely strong, must struggle alongside unlikely comrades. In a game with billions and billions of unique decks. Even your mama can have one. Which alliances will be strong enough, fast enough, cunning enough to gather enough amber, to forge enough keys, to unlock the knowledge of the Crucible and ascend beyond this plane of existence in the most amazing, creative, unique game in the history of the galaxy. How's that for dramatic? Keyforge.
So the first thing you do with any card game is shuffle your deck. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. There are some tournament rules that are pretty interesting. If you are playing sealed, you do not have to show your. You are not supposed to show your opponent your deck list at the back of your Archon. If you are playing in constructed, you can actually have a 2-minute. I think it's like a 2-minute thing where you show your opponent your deck list at the beginning of the game, and there's like a 2-minute review. Which people that have better memories for cards like that will be able to kind of understand what's going on.
Which is cool because it rewards people for having a good understanding of what kind of cards exist in general.
Yeah, because there's a lot of cards that you'd be like, whoa, I totally have never seen that. Because not everybody's me who reviews deck lists. Just making sure I dropped a card and now I'm paranoid.
Well, if people are going to constructed tournaments, I'm guessing they're probably fairly invested in the whole meta.
Right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to decide who goes first. Off camera, I rolled, and it makes sense for me to go first playing. So I'm going to take my deck, and I'm going to draw 6 cards. Both players draw 6 cards. And since I'm going first, I get an additional card to play with. This isn't magic. So the next thing we do is we review our hands, and the game has a mulligan rule where I don't know if you. Oh crap! I don't know if you're supposed to draw and then you can mulligan on your first turn. I believe that's the case. So yeah, you can look at your hand, and if you don't like your hand or if it doesn't work out for you, you can take your hand, shuffle it back up, and draw an additional card. So I'm going to do that just for concept. And then I'll draw 6. I'm not cheating.
You're good.
And then once you have a hand you want to keep, you're like, is your hand good? You don't know yet, so you're gonna pass.
Yep.
And then
pass, and then you'll just
right.
figure out what's a good hand as we go.
So the first thing you do on your turn is you do not draw, but you will declare one of your 3 houses. So I have Untamed, Mars, and Shadows. So I'm gonna look at my hand and I'm going to declare. Untamed. So I'm going to play a creature card, Barrier Grubbling. It comes into play exhausted. Has the effect of hazardous, which we will get to when the time comes. And so I played my 1 card for the turn. You will now exhaust all of your artifacts and creatures, and then you will draw your hand back up to 6. And from there, your opponent may go.
Okay, so looking through at what I should do, I think I should declare Untamed, and 1 second, and then I believe a Snufflegator would be good for this because
Okay.
it's gonna deal. It's not gonna get dealt damage in combat. Hopefully, that's gonna work favorably with that hazardous thing. But I guess I'm about to find out.
So, he has an ability called Skirmish, where if you attack a creature, when combat occurs, both of our power go against each other, and then we'll deal damage to each other. Skirmish ignores that, and he will deal damage without taking damage himself. So, in most cases, combat, if he attacked my guy, I would deal 2 damage to him. He would deal 4 damage to me. And if you have more damage, equal to or more damage than what is currently your power, your creature will go to the discard pile. Damage is consistent, so if I did take damage, or he take damage, he would have 2 damage on him for the remainder until it is removed or the creature is destroyed. So
we will see how that goes, and I'm also going to play Ancient Bear.
one thing to also note is when you're playing creature cards, positioning matters. If you play a card, you have to play them in your creature row, and you have to make sure that you keep positioning, so you cannot play cards in the middle of these two now.
Okay, so these are stuck.
Yes, they are stuck.
And
but you can play cards on this side and this side, and you can shift things over. But
oh, okay.
yeah, so
But for
they're
now,
not,
these are locked.
those are locked in right next to each other. Yes.
Gotcha. And with that, I will end my turn and draw up to 6.
Don't forget to exhaust your creatures.
Yep.
Now, one symbol that you notice on the side is armor. Armor is a special effect that certain cards have where if they take damage, they can take up to that much armor each turn before taking physical damage against their power. So if he had 2 armor on his Snufflegator, and I dealt 2 damage to it, the 2 armor would then go away for the turn, and then he could take damage against the 4. So that's one thing to keep mind when you're attacking. But we're not going to attack yet, so we're going to go into my turn. At this point, as you're playing the game and generating your amber, which is your main source of currency for the game, that's a win condition. So, forgot to go into that before we start playing. Okay. The goal is we're trying to generate 3 keys, and we don't have the base set right now, so I don't have anything to represent it, so I'll do it digitally using editing techniques. Each key takes 6 amber to create, and at the beginning of your turn, if you have 6 or more amber on your Archon, you can create a key. If you have 2 keys and you're going to be able to build one at the beginning of your next turn, there's a rule where you have to say check to let your opponent know that you can win next turn and your opponent has the opportunity to stop you. So that's one thing. We're going to have keys on each side of the table digitally put in. But that is how you actually play and win the game.
Okay.
So this turn, I'm going to name Shadow, which is this yellow icon here. And the first thing I'm going to play is Urchin, which he says, when I come into play, I may steal an amber from you. You do not have any amber, so unfortunately I don't gain any amber. But stealing lets me take amber from you as a play effect.
Gotcha. All right.
The next thing I'm going to do is... This is not the right faction. I'm going to play another creature that says steal 1 amber. If I do, I deal 2 damage to a creature.
I suppose a little early this time.
But that's the best thing I could do right now. One thing to note is, because I did not choose Untamed, I cannot use this to attack or generate amber using the ability called Reap, where I could exhaust a creature to generate an amber. Because I'm not in that, I cannot do it. If there are cards that say Omni, that lets you play it without you declaring that house this turn. So, I'm going to end my... Actually, I could play this to talk about a rule I don't know if we covered in this recording. I'm going to play Too Much to Protect. When it's played, I get to generate an amber, as it is listed here. And it says play to steal all but 6 of your opponent's amber. A lot of cards have effects that will allow us to play cards, but there's no cost to it. So I can play this card to generate an amber, but I'm not going to be able to do the full effect. If there are cards in your hand that you cannot play, that you want to get rid of, you can actually declare to just discard the card. But in this case, it has the ability to generate an amber, which is an ability I can do. And then there's the ability on the card. So I'm going to generate 1 amber. And I'm going to end my turn, exhaust, and I'm going to put 3 cards into my hand.
Does this action stay in play?
Oh, that is in fact an action and not a creature. I am totally stupid because there's a person on it. Thank you for calling me out on that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did nothing. I played a creature.
All right. I'm going to move these guys over just so I can see a little bit better. And then I think I'm going to declare Untamed again so I can use my guys for combat. But I do have a rules question.
Yes.
So Ancient Bear has Assault 2 that says before he attacks, deals 2 damage to the enemy that's being attacked.
Yes, so you can declare an attack and he would deal 2 damage before combat starts.
The question is that Briar Grubbing has Hazardous 5 that says before this creature is attacked, deal 5 damage to the attacking enemy. So what's going to happen first? Or do they both?
That is a good question. Let us look that up really quick. I did not think we'd have to look up a ruling question.
Slight intermission. And it's up to you if you want to just make a temporary ruling for the time being. Because if this was like Magic, then my assumption would be that both abilities are put on the stack.
The Reddit thing I pulled up is this exact same situation.
All right.
So we just looked it up. Assault, from what we could find on the Reddit and a couple of ruling readings on the rulebook, is Assault would trigger before Hazardous. Because he's the attacking player, he has priority on that. He would deal the 2 damage. The bug would destroy. Fighting doesn't occur. Assault doesn't, or Hazardous doesn't occur. So my creature's destroyed. You don't take any damage. It does exhaust the creature.
Gotcha. And then I will attack here for the second one.
So I would deal no damage to you. And another thing you can do is to reap by tapping or exhausting a creature to generate amber as well. But that was a better play because now I don't have a board.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
makes sense.
And you have anything else Untamed related?
Unfortunately, no. I think I'm using this turn in order to just get that combat in and get board control. Okay. That's the plan.
So now you end your turn by untapping, exhausting. Tapping is not. It is the common term because of Magic, but exhaust is the technical term for it. So we're going to try to use that, and then drop to 6.
All right, and I'm at 6.
So next thing I'm going to do is declare that I cannot forge a key. Cannot do that. Now I'm going to go into my turn. I'm also going to declare Untamed. So I'm going to play the creature of Murmock, which opponent's keys cost 1 more. Haha. I will then play Dust Pixie, which generates 2 amber. So we're going to go to 3.
Ooh.
And then we will play nothing else. And I will end my turn. So I'm going to tap, and I'm going to draw 2 to return me to 6.
Okay. Alright, so I'm looking through. I'm thinking that I'm not going to be doing Untamed again, just because I do need to end up playing cards eventually. Let's see what would be a good way to do this. I think I'm going to actually call out Brobnar. Brobnar. The first thing I'm going to play Anger and Ready and Fight with a friendly creature. So I'm going to have Snufflegator attack the Murmook.
Okay. So you would skirmish, dealing 4. My beast would be destroyed, and you do generate an amber because that is a... Oh, you got one?
Go ahead and
cool.
Slap one on there. And then I think for the rest, I'm going to play an artifact.
All right, and artifacts actually...
back here.
Yep, they don't go on the same row. You do generate an amber for that as well.
And then I will play a dude.
All right. One thing to note is artifacts go in your back row. They do come into play exhausted. and they have exhaust effects on them, and depending on how the artifact says, it's either exhaust or activate or sacrifice. This one says Omni, which means it can be played at during any turn. It doesn't have to be Brognar that declares it. Sacrifice, deal 4 damage to a creature. So you would sacrifice it, put it in the graveyard, and then deal damage.
Gotcha. But for now, I'm saving it up for a rainy day.
Yep.
All right. And with that, I think it'll be your go, and I'll draw back up to 6.
Unexhaust.
Will do.
Or ready, I think is the term for it.
Oh, thank you.
I think I'm going to, for the sake of showing off some new mechanics, I'm going to choose Mars.
Okay.
So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a card called Phosphorus Stars. Stun each non-Mars creature and then gain 2 chains. Stunning. There's not a good way to. We're gonna put some.
Is it similar to? Is it possibly similar to exhausting the creatures?
Exhausting. Kind of. So what chains does is we're going to. I'll digitally add an effect to these cards, and so you know. So they're going to stun, giving them the effect of stunned. Actually, they're just stunned, so we'll just do this for tracking for now. I wish I had the set, but it's been so hard to get a hold of.
Okay.
And the next time they are activated to reap, attack, or use a exhaust ability, instead they will become unstunned, and then the effect will go away. So you have to take an action to remove the stun effect.
Gotcha. So becoming unstunned takes an action, or
Yes.
is basically that creature's action for the turn.
Correct. And one thing to note is it also has a thing called chains. I'm going to put up on screen right now the chain tracker. For each chain I have, it will build up a negative effect towards me at the end of the turn, while I will take 1 less card to draw from. Depending on how many chains I have, I could go down to 5 cards, 4 cards, or possibly 3 cards in my maximum hand. So at the end of the turn, I have to go down to 5 cards, and I do not get to draw up.
Oh, okay.
So if I drew more cards this turn thanks to chains, I wouldn't be able to play them due to the chain effect. And at the beginning of my turn, a chain is removed.
Okay, and 1 chain at a time is removed.
1 chain at a time. So right now I have 2 chains on my deck. That's the best way to kind of track it.
Gotcha. So right now, basically, just to make sure that I'm on the same
Yes.
page, right now your maximum hand size that you would draw up to at the end of the turn would be 4 this turn.
5, because 6 is the standard.
Oh, I thought 2 chains was
So
gonna take 2 away.
You can't see the tracker, but let me pull it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a separate card. Again, if I could get a starter deck.
We're good.
We'll re-record this when we can actually...
No, it makes sense.
Let's see here.
So you said, so you have 1 chain or 2
Yeah,
chains?
so
Okay.
I'm currently... this image shows 3, but I'm at 2 right now.
Okay.
And so I'm minus 1 card.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep. So with that, I would be at 5. I'm going to go down to 4. I'm going to play a card called Xylo Bolter. Whenever he fights or reaps, he can deal 2 damage to target creature. If its damage destroys that creature, purge it, which means remove from the game.
Okay.
So
super dead.
yes. And with that, I'm going to ready, and I'm going to draw my card. And because of that, I go up to 5.
Okay.
And you may go.
All right. Sounds good. So this whole... Well, actually, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what I should declare that would be good for now.
We should get those like fish tank marbles, like the kind of
Oh,
round
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, the kind of glass bead ones. Those would be really good for this if I can't get the thing.
Yep. Then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be spending this turn kind of getting my guys back into action. So I'm going to declare Untamed,
Alright.
and then I'm going to unstun
Yep.
each of these
So
guys
you
by
just
trying
exhaust
to
them.
by trying to quote unquote attack.
Great.
And then I believe
Now,
it'll be
remember the rule of if you have like untamed cards that you cannot play, you're more than welcome to discard them so you can draw new cards.
Oh, okay. I think I will actually play this gentleman /
Okay.
robot thing.
Robo Fairy.
Fairy.
This card has elusive. The first time someone attempts to attack this creature, the attack is negated. And then it also has the reap ability of gaining an additional amber. So when this card is reaped, it generates 2 amber.
Okay.
Essentially.
I'm going to discard as well.
Okay.
So discard that because I don't think I'm going to get good use out of it anytime soon. And then your turn. I will ready up my guys and draw up to 6.
All right. So beginning my turn, reap counter goes down by 1. Then I declare whether or not I can make a key. I cannot because I'm at 3. And then I'm going to declare shadows as my house this turn.
Okay.
I'm going to play... Let's see. I'm going to play a card called Bait and Switch. If your opponent has more amber than you, steal 1. Repeat this. Actually, that's probably a really bad idea.
Yeah, I think currently it might be.
I'm going to play Speed Sigil. The first creature played each turn enters play ready. So that gives me an amber. I'm actually going to discard Bait and Switch because it does no good for me. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to play... Let's see. That's the best I can do this turn. I really don't have much. So with that, I'm going to draw up to 5. That's 2 cards. And it will be your turn.
Okay. So I'd have a pretty good board presence with Untamed. So I think I'm going to declare Untamed again. I know it's certainly been my favorite so far. I'm going to attack Yixilo.
Okay.
Yixilo with Snufflegator. And then not get hit back. I will attack the Ancient Bear to the Dust Pixie.
Okay.
Get that assault for dealing damage without getting damage dealt back. And I'm going to reap Dew Fairy to get 2 amber. And with that, I will ready up and pass.
Sounds good. So my last chain goes away. I'm going to declare... I'll declare Mars. I'm going to play the card Squawker. Ready a Mars creature or stun a non-Mars creature. I'm going to stun him.
Okay.
Gain
I'll go ahead and
amber.
put a little stun marker on him.
Yeah. Just move that slightly or whatever. Just editing. The second card I'm going to play is Squawker to stun that one. Gain an amber. Now I'm at 6. And with that, I cannot play anything else, and I'll end my turn, drawing back up to 6.
Okay.
And you may go.
Alrighty. Well. Yep, I'm just going to do board shenanigans because I think, as far as I understand the game, I think I'm in a fairly strong position, so I'm just going to try and maintain it. I'm going to do Untamed again. I'm going to unstun these 2 gentlemen and reap here to get an additional 2
Alright, so now you're at
amber.
6.
And then I will pass, ready up the ones I have left. And your turn. I believe you're getting a key this turn.
Yes, so start my turn. I'm going to generate a key. Editing magic, some cool pyrotechnics or something for forging a key.
Fireworks.
Woo! I'm going to also name Untamed. So first thing I'm going to play is one of my favorite cards, Lost in the Wild. Choose 2 friendly creatures and 2 enemy creatures. Shuffle each of those chosen creatures into your owner's deck.
Ooh.
So I'm going to shuffle non-existent cards on my board,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to have you shuffle these 2 into your deck.
Okay.
And I gain an amber for that. I looked this up. I think this card is really powerful because it's not a cost to.
It's basically 2 removals for no cost as long as you don't have a board yourself.
And sometimes it's good to put creatures back in your deck. So it's a very powerful card, and for a common, I think it's incredibly useful. The next card I'm going to play is Grow. Return a creature card from your discard pile into your hand. I will choose my Briar Grubbling. I will then play my Briar Grubbling and the Murmok Crab to make sure you can't play a key this turn. Or forge a key this turn.
Okay.
And I will end my turn.
Alrighty. Let me see.
So you would declare house, then, or I think it's attempt a key and then declare house. I don't know which.
Well, I can't attempt a key because you've got that one in there now. But what I will do is I'll declare Mars, and I will have a rather unique turn. My turn will start by playing Orbital Bombardment.
Yep.
Reveal any number of Mars cards from my hand. For each one revealed, I'll deal 2 damage to a creature, and I can choose different creatures each time. So I'll reveal John Smith, who I'm going to play in a minute. I will reveal Ulig Megamouth, that I'll end up playing eventually, and Combat Pheromones to smack a smack a smack.
All right, that clears out my go, guys.
And I do get another little.
Make sure you get your amber for that as well.
Get another little amber in there.
Because it's color of your energy. Whoa. That was a really hard joke to pull off, and I apologize.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's a nostalgic music reference, so I will play those that I previously.
Remember, they come into play exhausted.
Those that I previously mentioned. And
I definitely like the name of that card, John Smith.
John Smith. With the Y. The Y is an excellent little touch. And then Combat Pheromones.
Okay.
And with that...
So Combat Pheromones says, sacrifice Combat Pheromones. You may use up to 2 other Mars creatures this...
Or 2 other Mars cards. So I can kind of cheat and go for Untamed, but actually be a Mars person that turn.
And one thing to note is use is to attack, to play a card, or I think use is to activate abilities. Let me double check that keyword here, because I want to be sure I'm correct on the term use.
In either case, after that, I'm going to ready up and end the turn.
Cool.
And slowly I'll catch up, get that key in there. We'll see how this thing turns out.
Yeah. Just making sure just making sure I have the right rules for when we come on. Well, I'll look it up in the rules PDF. Oh, of course, as soon as I sit down. Let's see. Da-da. Yep, so the play order, just to be sure, is to forge a key, choose a house. Not choose a house, then forge a key. Using a card, there are... Whenever a player uses an artifact, plays an action... let's see here. Yeah, I'll put the rule up for whether or not you can. I believe using is to reap or fight, so it's not playing a card, but it's an activating card that already exists.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, for my turn, I think I will play Shadows.
Makes sense. I got a lot of amber left in the tank.
Yep. I'm going to play Restless Whispers. Deals 2 damage to a creature. If the damage destroys that creature, steal 1 amber. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to John Smith.
Alrighty. That will take 1 of my amber, if I remember correctly.
Yep. And I will gain another. Ooh, I could have done that a lot better. Next, I'm going to play Poison Wave to deal 2 damage to each creature.
Okay. So it deals enough to... Oh, it's attacked. Okay. So then 2 damage dealt there.
That's a stun counter on him still.
He's still stunned.
And then
he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Next, I will play Carlo Phantom, Elusive and Skirmish. Each time you play an artifact, steal 1 amber. And with that, I will end my turn.
Okay. So, let me think. Trying to think of what I should do for this turn. Okay, I'm going to declare Untamed.
Oh, did you want to forge a key?
Oh, yeah, maybe that's a priority.
Yep.
So, key, 1 key.
So 1/1.
I will declare Untamed and play a Murmook and then a Snufflegator.
Did you redraw? No, that was Angry Bear and Snuffle.
Yep. So it possibly was the same one. I don't know if I have multiples in the deck, and I don't want to check. So let me think. I probably want to definitely dump that, and I think the way to do that would be, I don't know, is this worth javelining? I will actually instead I'll just do cooperative hunting, which is a bit of overkill, but details.
So it says deal 1 damage for each friendly creature divided among any number of creatures. Okay, so you just 4 damage to Carlo.
Nuke it.
I haven't had a board all game.
That's the way I like it.
All right,
your turn.
So I'm going to name Mars. I can't build keys, so. First thing I'm going to play is Deep Probe. Choose a house. Reveal your opponent's hand. Discard each creature of that house revealed this way. I'm going to choose Brognar.
All right, so you got to see my hand now?
Yep. Oh, wow. That was a whiff.
I was rather concerned, actually.
I think I would have at most been able to get 1 creature. That's that's a lot of Mars. And that's kind of scary.
I was rather concerned. I was like, please don't pick Mars.
It was either Mars or
or the
But you haven't played Brognar, so I figure you're playing for something big.
Nope, I just not drawing it. Other than those two guys.
So first card I'm going to play is Yixilix's Dominator. It has an ability called Taunt, where if it is next to another creature on the on the board, it cannot be attacked by an opponent. It has to attack this first. So it says this creature's neighbors cannot be attacked unless you have Taunt. That's an easier way to describe that. And then secondly, I will play Zizix the Many. He also comes into play stunned. That's the big drawback, so we'll just put that counter on him. And then Zizix says you may reveal a creature from your hand when it reaps or fight. If you do, activate it and Zix, or archive it, and Zix may get their +1/+1 counters. So archiving is a pile that sits next to your side, and when you start your turn, you can actually pick up your archive and put it into your hand. One thing to note is you at the end of turn you have to have cards equal to your hand size, either if it's chain or not. So if you archive a big hand, you got to make sure you play them or you have to discard them. Archive is an all or nothing thing, so you have to put every card in your hand. It's not just a pick and choose. So I'm going to end my turn. Archive is not really a major mechanic for any of the houses that we're currently playing.
Okay.
So Mars kind of does it, but it's mainly like Logos and Sanctum.
Okay, well let me think, because that is a big dude. Trying to think what would be the best way to do this. I'll declare Mars. I will reap this dude to get an amber, And then when I reap, I can use a friendly non-Mars creature.
Correct.
So I will use Valdir in order to unstun him.
Okay, good move. He must have
And
guts.
then
Oh, no.
I'll play another round of combat pheromones.
Don't forget to add a Amber.
Yep. Gonna wait and see. Wait for that moment there. And then... one moment. And then play Tunk.
Tunk.
Big dude.
After you play another Mars creature, fully heal Tunk.
Okay.
Okay.
And then at that point, I believe it is your turn.
All right.
Draw 2 and get it going.
I can't build a key, so I'm going to choose Shadow. I'm going to play Poison Wave. Deal 2 damage to each creature. And then I'm going to get an Amber.
Ooh, when something dies between two, do they shift
They
next
shore
to each
up,
other?
yeah.
Okay.
I believe they show up. 2 damage here. Yeah, there's some really nice like counter, like power counters and stuff like that, but I don't have them. They probably look a lot better on this. Next, I'm going to play.
I'm looking for that D6. There we go. Close enough.
I'm going to play Special Delivery. So when it comes into play, tapped, sacrifice Special Delivery, deal 3 damage to a flank creature. If damage destroys that creature, purge it.
Okay.
It's an
Artifact?
Yeah, it's an artifact.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play Smiling Ruth. Elusive, reap. If a Keyforge this turn, take control of enemy flank creature. Flanking again is cards on the outside. With that, I'll end my turn. And go. Boop. Oh, and I got an Amber for Special Delivery.
Okay.
I know what house I'm playing next turn. Good lord.
I don't know if I like the sound of that. I have a question.
I have answers.
If something says you may forge a key at current cost, current cost is 6, correct?
Current cost would be default 6. There are cards that, like your crab here, that would increase it. So.
Okay. Well, let me see. So there's 2 damage on those 2, and he starts at 9. Let me think. Ay. Okay, I will declare Mars, and we'll do it this way. I will first start with Mother Gun.
Oh, I hate Mother Gun.
So reveal, and I will reveal 3 Mars cards: Amoria Clouds, Incubation Chamber, and Phosphorus Stars.
Okay.
To deal 3 damage to 3 damage to this guy.
Okay, so we'll go to 5 damage.
So there's that. Then I will attack. Let me think.
It would have to be him.
Alright, I know. I'm trying to think if there's another way I can do this. No. Oh, yeah, I can do it this way. I'm going to sacrifice combat pheromones to be able to use these 2 cards
Okay.
this turn. I will first attack Valdir into there.
Okay. So your 6 goes against my 9 with 1 armor. Doesn't matter. We both kind of trade at that point.
Because we already have the damage in there. Okay. And then... Oh, shoot. Well, I guess it's fine. If I can see real quick. I will go attack Snufflegator into that one. And no combat damage is dealt back. And then I will just reap with Tunk.
Go to 4.
Go to 4. And with that, I guess first I'm going to discard Incubation Chamber.
Okay.
Just because I have no idea how to use it. So I will just move on with my
It's
life.
an artifact. Reveal March creature from your hand if you do activate it.
Or if you do archive it.
Oh, archive it. Okay, so yeah, that's when you put it into that side pile so you can play it for later.
Yeah, I'll pass on it.
No, it's all good.
So now it is your go. I'll go ahead and untap.
Forge a key. Cannot forge a key. I'm going to name Untamed. I'm going to play Mushroom Man. Mushroom Man gets +3 power for each unforged key you have. I currently have 2 unforged keys, so he's an 8. Then I will play Mamaruk. Your opponent's keys cost 1 more. I will then play Dew Fairy, Elusive, and Reap to gain an additional Amber. Then I will play Niffle Ape. When Niffle Ape is attacking, ignore Taunt and Elusive. And then finally, I'm going to activate Special Delivery to deal 3 damage to Marmarook. And because it dealt damage to kill it, purge it, so it is removed from the game.
Okay.
Just get over there. You can never play it ever again. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Now we got it. No, I'm kidding. And then finally, I have to end my turn. Actually, heal up to 3. Okay. Yep, end my turn.
Okay. Let me think of what would be best here. All right. I will... I'm going to declare Mars and start off with Ammonia Clouds. Deal 3 damage to each creature.
Alright, that includes yours as well.
Yep. So,
No.
bye.
That hurts.
This now has 5 damage on it. And then I will Reap to go to 5. And I'll discard Phosphorus Stars because I don't like it. Alright, then your go.
I'm going to choose Mars. So I have 2 cards in my deck currently. You don't deck out in this game. You just shuffle your graveyard back into your deck. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play Ether Spider. Ether Spider deals no damage while fighting. Each amber that would be added to your opponent's pool is captured by Ether Spider instead. Capturing is if amber is captured, it is put on the creature, and then if the creature is destroyed, then you can give it back to your opponent's pool, or wherever it originally came from. Next, I'm going to play Tunk.
Too many tonks.
Yep. Then I'm going to play Orbital Bombardment. Play reveal any number of Mars cards from your hand. For each card revealed, you may deal 2 damage to a creature. You may choose a new target. I'm going to reveal 1 to deal 2 damage.
Okay.
And I gain an amber.
I'm going to, I just noticed something. I used this one incorrectly before. So.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Because I thought it was, if I'm in Mars, use 2 ones that are not Mars. It was actually, if I use this, then I can use 2 Mars ones.
Okay.
So that's my bad. That was something from earlier, but...
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That is a big, huge oops. Someone's probably like, oh my god, he's cheating.
Yeah.
But I think in the end, you still wiped the board, so I don't think it was...
And that was one a few turns earlier, so...
Yep.
Oops.
So, on my turn. RTFC.
Okay.
And then I will draw up to 5. Cannot, so I will shuffle my deck.
Okay. So I will... let me think. I'll declare Untamed. And then...
You really haven't played any Bognar this game.
I know. It's an interesting situation.
Very aggressive
And-
against 2 control decks.
Play Ancient Bear.
Okay, please.
Yep. And honestly, I just need board presence, so I'm going to play Chota, even though I can't use them.
Play lose 1 amber. If you do, you may forge key. So I think you'd still have to lose.
I still have to lose it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if that's even...
I'd say it's not worth playing him right now. You can discard him.
I think that might be the better way to do this. And honestly, I need to discard Cooperative Hunting too.
Yeah.
Because I need more... Because I kind of need a board for those.
Right.
All right, and then you're up.
So, forge a key. Now I'm at 2. Oh, I forgot to draw that last card. Whoops. Yeah, that still works. I'm going to name Mars. I'm going to go Deep Probe to look at your hand again. Naming the house Bognar.
Well,
I
you
missed
got
again?
it.
All right. Let's see here.
I think there's one.
There's no creatures. You have no Bognar creatures.
I
They're
just
all
got
action.
all Bognar actions.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well.
I have a very unique
situation
currently.
Well, I'm going to Deep Probe again to gain another amber, but I can't hit anything, so... in most cases, I'd be able to name multiple houses, but it doesn't...
In order to clear out all the creatures. You can clear out all 0 creatures that I have.
Right. I'm going to attack with... Oh. Deals no damage when fighting. I'm going to Reap. Go to 3. I'm going to Reap to 4.
Oh.
And then I'm going to play a card called Mating Season. Shuffle each Mars creature into the owner's deck. Each player gains 1 amber for each creature shuffled into their deck this way. So I'll go to 6.
Setting up for the lethals.
The lethal key forging.
Trying to think if I have any way to stop this from happening.
Yep. So I will end my turn and pronounce check.
Okay. Well, as you know, I basically have to declare Bognar at this point. Bognar. Play Iron Obelisk, but so your keys cost 1 more for each unfriendly damaged Bognar creature, which is 0 friendly but damaged Bognar creatures. And I will discard my hand to pray that there's something in there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know if there's any cards that
5.
when you draw would prevent that.
I know.
Yeah.
But
And
I
with
have
that,
to try.
I forge my 3rd key, and I win the game.
The game's over.
Yep. Well, good game.
Good game.
Hopefully we walked through that. That's the first time I've ever taught a board game on camera. We actually had to re-record that a couple of times because I started in a really confusing spot. So if any of you have questions, please let me know down below. I can get you information on where to find more about the card game, answer any questions about rulings, all that stuff the best I can. But yeah, let us know what you think about this game. We might be doing some more on the channel because, like I said, every deck is unique. So that's one benefit to Keyforge.
So nowhere else in all of the interwebs will you find the match of Zorka B. Zamiax II versus
Early of Crankdrick.
Nowhere else will you find this hard-hitting YouTube content.
We'll also link the deck lists for both down below, since those are all stored on the Keyforge website, so you can check those out as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll maybe see you next time. Bye-bye!